How often do you find yourself just staring at a screen, maybe drowning in tabs, trying to keep up with everything new, especially, in AI?
Oh, constantly. It feels like a full-time job just staying current.
Exactly. Maybe you're already using some AI tools, maybe you're just curious. But the big question is always, how do you cut through all that noise? How do you find what really matters? Well, that's pretty much why we do the deep dive. We take like a mountain of information, articles, announcements, notes, and boil it all down.
Right.
We try to give you the absolute essentials, maybe with a few surprising bits. Hopefully keep it interesting, It's basically your shortcut to knowing what's up without the headache.
A much-needed shortcut, I'd say.
Totally. And today, we're jumping into something that feels like it could genuinely change how we interact with AI day to day. It's the newly announced Gemini Command Line Interface, or CLI.
Yeah, this one's interesting. It feels like more than just an update.
Right. It seems like a moment where really powerful AI is moving beyond APIs and apps and becoming like a core part of the developer's toolkit.
Right.
Right there in the terminal.
It could really shift how people even think about the terminal, less command executor, more maybe intelligent partner.
Exactly. So our source is the official announcement from the tech company behind it. It's pretty detailed, lots to unpack.
Got it.
So our mission for this deep dive, figure out what Gemini CLI actually is, why it's such a potentially big deal, especially for individuals and developers, and how it might make certain tasks way easier. Trying to bring some clarity.
Sounds good. Where should we start?
Okay, let's unpack this. Maybe start with the basics. For anyone maybe not super familiar, what is a command line interface, a CLI?
Sure. Think of it like the direct text-based way to talk to your computer. No fancy graphics, just commands.
Like a universal remote, but typing instead of buttons.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it. It's super efficient. It's pretty much everywhere on almost any system, and developers often live in it. It's fast, powerful. For many, it's home base.
Okay, so it's that core developer environment.
Exactly. And what's really fascinating here is how Gemini CLI slots right into that. It's an open source AI agent bringing Gemini's power directly into that terminal space.
So it's like putting the AI right where developers already are.
Precisely. It gives you this very lightweight direct connection. Just type your prompt and it goes straight to the model.
Makes sense.
And while coding is a huge part, it's definitely built for more. You could use it for, say, drafting content, brainstorming ideas, solving problems, even deep research, or just managing your to-do list.
So not just code generation.
Not at all. Imagine asking your terminal like, hey, summarize these 3 articles for me, and boom, you get a concise summary right there.
Okay, that opens up a lot. And one thing that really jumped out from the announcement was this phrase, unmatched usage limits. Sounds generous. Maybe too generous.
Right. That definitely caught my eye, too. They're using strong language, unmatched, and honestly, it looks like they mean it, especially for individual developers.
So what does that actually mean, practically?
Well, first off, if you just log in with your personal Google account, it's free. You get a free Gemini Code Assist license automatically.
Okay, free's good.
And that license gives you access to Gemini 2.5 Pro. That's their top-tier model right now.
Wow, okay. Not a cut-down version.
Nope. But here's the really wild part. The 1 million token context window.
1 million. That sounds enormous. What does that even translate to?
It's huge. Think like the AI being able to remember and process the equivalent of a whole novel, maybe 750,000 words in one go during one conversation.
Whoa.
Yeah. It means it can handle really complex stuff, understand context across long interactions, follow intricate instructions. It's a massive amount of working memory for the AI.
Okay, that's genuinely impressive. And the request limits.
Also pretty staggering for the free preview. They're saying it's the industry's largest free allowance, 60 requests per minute and up to 1,000 requests per day.
60 per minute for free.
Yep.
At no charge. It feels very deliberate, Like they really want developers, individuals, everyone to start using this, building with it, without worrying about cost.
It definitely lowers the barrier to entry significantly.
For sure. It's kind of democratizing access to this level of AI in a way we haven't really seen from a major player before, directly in the terminal. Most individuals would probably never hit those limits in normal use.
Unless you're running some crazy script, maybe.
Exactly. Unless you're automating something heavily. And of course, if you are professional needing more, maybe for commercial stuff, there are options. You can use Google AI Studio or Vertex AI Keys for pay-as-you-go billing, or get the paid standard or enterprise Gemini Code Assist licenses.
Got it. So the free tier is genuinely powerful for individuals. That's clear.
Yeah.
But beyond just access, what can it do? What are these powerful AI capabilities they mention?
Yeah, good question. How does it actually change things? Well, the preview highlights some core abilities that really upgrade the terminal. We're talking advanced code understanding, meaning it knows what the code does, not just that it's text.
Precisely. It understands the logic. It can also manipulate files intelligently, run complex system commands, and even help with dynamic troubleshooting.
So you could just describe what you want done with files or ask it to figure out an error.
Exactly. You can write code, debug tricky problems, streamline workflows, all using natural language. Like you said, paste an error, ask what's causing this in my Python script, and how do I fix it?
And it could analyze the code and suggest a solution right there.
That's the idea, all without leaving your terminal. It's like having a very smart assistant built right in.
Okay, that sounds useful. Are there specific tools built in that help?
Yeah, several things amplify its power. One big one is grounding prompts with Google Search.
Ah, so it can pull in live web info.
Exactly. It fetches relevant web pages, gets real-time context, so if you ask about a brand new library, it can actually find and use the latest documentation. That keeps it current.
That's crucial. What else?
You can also extend its capabilities. It has built-in support for something called the Model Context Protocol, or MCP.
MCP. What's that?
Think of it like a standard language, so Gemini CLI can understand and talk to other tools and services, share context, or you can use bundled extensions.
So it can work with other software more easily.
Yeah, makes more interconnected. Then there's huge customization. You can tailor prompts, give it specific instructions for your workflows using configuration files, make it your assistant.
Personalization, right?
And finally, automation. You can call Gemini CLI from within scripts non-interactively. Great for automating complex tasks, integrating it into existing setups.
Like that cat video example they mentioned.
Yeah, the Ginger Cat video.
Yeah.
That really shows the flexibility, right? Using it to orchestrate other tools like VO and Imagen to create something. It's designed to be this adaptable agent for almost any digital task.
It really blurs the lines. It's like that super smart intern you mentioned, always ready in the terminal.
Exactly, but without the coffee runs.
And speaking of adaptability, the open source aspect. That feels like a pretty big statement from a major company. What does that really mean for users? Are there downsides?
It's definitely a significant choice. Being fully open source under the Apache 2.0 license means the code is out there for anyone to see.
Transparency, basically.
Yeah, huge for transparency and security. Developers can actually look under the hood, see how it works, check for vulnerabilities themselves. That builds a lot of trust, especially for a tool that can, execute commands.
Right, you want to know what it's doing.
But it also means the community can contribute directly. They're actively welcoming people to report bugs, suggest features, improve security, even submit code fixes through the repository.
So it could evolve faster, maybe, with community help.
That's the idea. It harnesses collective intelligence. The potential challenge, of course, is managing all those contributions effectively, keeping it coherent. But the upside is faster evolution and wider adaptation.
And this extends to making it more flexible.
Absolutely. It builds on emerging standards like that MCP protocol we talked about for inter-tool communication, and it uses these things called Gemini.md files for system prompts.
Gemini.md, what are those?
They're basically simple text files where you can customize how the AI behaves for specific projects or just your personal preferences. Give it standing instructions, tailor its personality a bit.
Ah, some more of that deep customization.
Exactly. Plus settings for personal use, team configurations. It really leans into user autonomy. The terminal is personal. The AI inside it should be too.
Right. Makes total sense. Now, how does this fit with Gemini Code Assist, which many developers might already know or use in their editors? Are they related?
They are now very closely related. They actually share the same underlying technology, which is a key point in the announcement.
Okay, so it's the same brain, just in different places.
Kind of, yeah. Gemini Code Assist is the broader AI coding assistant. You find it in IDEs like VS Code, IntelliJ, etc. It helps with coding across the board.
And it has that agent mode.
Right. And that's where the real power and synergy come in.
Yeah.
In environments like VS Code, you can give Code Assist a complex task in the chat, like write unit tests for this function, or fix these bugs, or even migrate this code to a new framework.
It just does it.
Well, it tries to. It's what they call a multi-step collaborative reasoning agent. It breaks the task down, makes a plan, tries steps, and crucially, it can auto-recover if something fails.
Auto-recover, so if it makes a mistake, it can backtrack and try again.
Yeah, it learns from failures in the process and adjusts its plan. It might even recommend different solutions. It's much more than just a simple command response thing. It's designed to feel more like a partner.
That sounds significantly more advanced than just code completion.
It really is. And importantly, this agent mode is now included at no extra cost in all the Gemini Code Assist plans, free, standard, and enterprise if you're on the Insiders channel.
So even the free tier gets this advanced agent.
Yep. That free tier, which already has those huge usage limits we talked about, now also includes this powerful agent capability in the IDE.
That's quite the offering. It does raise the question, though, with AI this capable, how do you avoid just letting it do everything? How do you keep your own skills sharp?
That's the million-dollar question, isn't it? It's really about using it as a lever, an accelerator. Let it handle the boilerplate, the tedious stuff, help you learn faster, but don't let it replace fundamental understanding or critical thinking. Augmentation, not replacement.
A tool, not a crutch.
Yeah.
Makes sense. So for listeners who are now thinking, okay, I want to try this, how easy is it to actually get Gemini CLI running?
It sounds remarkably simple. The announcement stresses that all you really need is an email address.
That's it.
Pretty much. You install Gemini CLI, they likely have simple instructions, log in with your personal Google account, and boom, you should have access to those practically unlimited features right there in your terminal. Designed for quick setup.
Get you up and running fast.
Seems to be the goal.
So let's bring it back to the listener. What does this all mean for you? Whether you're deep in tech or just looking to make your digital life a bit smoother.
Well, if you are a seasoned developer, this could genuinely shift your workflow. Having this kind of AI power right in the terminal, your main environment, it could speed things up dramatically.
Like quickly drafting code snippets.
Yeah.
Maybe understanding weird error messages faster.
Exactly. Or maybe summarizing documentation, generating test cases. But even if you're not a pro developer, maybe you're a student or just someone who wants to, I don't know, organize files more intelligently, brainstorm ideas, research things without getting lost.
Yeah.
The free access and the versatility mean you've got this really powerful, flexible tool readily available. It's about putting AI help right where you work and think and letting you shape it to your needs.
Deeply integrated and customizable. That seems to be the theme.
I think so.
So to quickly sum up, Gemini CLI looks like a potent open source AI agent hitting the terminal, offering really impressive access and a wide range of capabilities. A big step in making advanced AI feel less like a separate thing and more like part of the furniture.
Well put. And it does leave you with a thought, doesn't it?
Oh, what's that?
It's just, how might this trend, open sourcing, powerful AI agents, giving away such generous access, how might that change things? Not just for pro developers, but for how everyone interacts with AI daily.
Moving beyond just chatbots.
Exactly. Moving towards more deeply integrated, active, intelligent help that can actually do things for us. It'll be fascinating to see how the community uses and shapes tools like this. Definitely something to keep an eye on.
Absolutely. Food for thought.
So if this deep dive got you thinking, or maybe surprised you, we'd genuinely love to hear your perspective. What do you think about Gemini CLI? Drop your thoughts or suggestions in the comments below. Your feedback really does help us figure out what to dive into next.
Yeah, let us know. And hey, if you found this conversation useful or interesting, maybe give it a like. And consider subscribing to the channel. Maybe hit that notification bell so you don't miss our next deep dive.
Sharing it with others who might be interested helps too. We want everyone to stay informed.